I said I don't want to be disturbed. I'm on my break. Oh, I swear down, if that's not sizzling with my food, you better go away. I'm playing Mario! What was that, Bill? I'm not coming back to the studio now. I'm on my break. What do you mean I've been on it for 45 minutes? My break's an hour. No, I'm not coming back. I'm playing Mario. Bill, I hate you. Hello, you're watching NNN, or New Nintendo News. This is a weekly gaming show where we keep you, yes, we're gonna keep you up to date with the latest Nintendo gaming news. On today's show, the Nintendo Switch Pro rumors have been hotting up again. Oh my gosh, over the weekend. Yes, people are talking about Switch Pro again. It's like a bloody dirty disease that you keep getting and won't go away, man. People just keep talking about it. How many times are we going to hear about the story, Bill? I mean, how many times are we going to hear about it? They've been talking about the Switch Pro since 2018. Kicking off with our first story, yes, Bloomberg has reported again. Why did Bloomberg always get this information first? Like, who are Bloomberg really and truly though? Like, why are you getting all these groundbreaking leaks? It doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, so just quickly looking at, well, I'm not going to quickly look at an article, we're going to dig into this. Is this a real leak? Is it just someone trying to get some clout online? I don't know. So on the 4th of March, Bloomberg posted a post saying Nintendo plans Switch model with bigger Samsung OLED display. Now, we've heard this story before over the last 2-3 years. I mean, the Switch is only 4 years old, and every single year there's been a rumor about a redesign and a refresh. But this leak this leak is a bit more interesting because it's a bit too specific for my liking. Reading the article, it says Nintendo plans to unveil a model of its Switch gaming console equipped with a bigger Samsung OLED screen. And so this is the part of the article for me where it gets a bit specific. Samsung Display will start mass production of 7-inch 720p resolution OLED panels as early as June, with an initial monthly target of just under 1 million units, said the people who do not ask to be identified discussing internal matters. Because you're going to get sacked. Whoever's leaked this works for Samsung, Nintendo. Whoever's leaked this, you are gone, mate. Your job's gone. The displays are slated for shipment to assemblers around July, the people said. The people? How many people are blabbing off the mouths? Or how many people are leaking these rumours? How many sources do they have? It's like someone's fuming that they couldn't be on break. The 7-inch screen, I mean, 7 inches, what are we going to do with that? I mean, people can do a lot with 7 inches, but in terms of computer game screen size, what is it? It's like, what is it, Bill? Really and truly, all they're going to do is get rid of the bezel. Does that really make a difference? Susan, can you go and get me your Switch Lite? Go and get my Switch as well, Susan. Let's compare them. I mean, comparing the two systems, the screen size is actually dramatically different. When you play games on the Switch Lite, it does kind of look better than it does on the normal Switch. However, people are online talk about pixel density and that the 7-inch screen won't have the high pixel density. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means. Can't give you any more information than that. Go and Google it. But the pixel density is better on the Switch Lite than the Switch. And people are saying it's going to look worse on the Switch Pro because it's Nintendo. 4K resolution, yes! Everyone's saying that Switch Pro's gonna have 4K. No, it's not. Everybody, come on now. Come on now, everyone. Put your thinking hats on. Everybody, use your common sense. We're talking about Nintendo here, not Sony, not Microsoft. Why is the Switch Pro gonna run 4K? Where is this power increase coming from? Where are we getting the power boost from? Does Nintendo even like 4K? I don't know. I doubt it. But without increasing the power of the system, how can we get 4K? Are they going to give us a new dock? Does everybody have to buy a new dock then? I mean, adding 4K resolution seems very unlike Nintendo. So, looking here on the article, via Eurogame or Digital Foundry, they've actually looked into how the Switch could run 4K without actually receiving a power boost. Interesting. It basically says something to do with NVIDIA's DLSS AI upscaling tech. I don't know what it means, but you know, NVIDIA's got some technology that can upscale to 4K. How much will this Switch Pro cost? Nintendo can't afford to go any more expensive with the price of their new Switch Pro, so when it does come out, it has to hit a nice price point. In fact, it has to replace the Switch's current price, and the Switch normal standard model will have to receive a price reduction. The Xbox One Series XS, and what are these consoles called? I've forgotten, I've not said it for so long. I mean, is Xbox still relevant? I don't know. I mean, the Xbox Series S now is practically pennies. You can get one for how much is the Xbox Series S again? You can get an Xbox Series S now for the same price as a Switch. So Nintendo cannot afford to bring out a Pro and have it higher than $279.99. So that's my estimate for the Switch Pro. This kind of makes more sense. If you replace the Switch with the Switch Pro, and all it does is have a bigger screen, a better screen, then yeah, just replace it for $279 because there's no difference. Why would it even be called Switch Pro? Nintendo really needs to add something else to it to give it that Pro name. I really feel like just bigger screen size isn't enough for a Pro title. Pro means upgrade, Pro means graphical improvements, Pro means better processors and chips, Pro means professional, Pro means expensive, Pro means upgrade, and this doesn't sound like an upgrade. Are you going to bring out new Joy-Cons, Nintendo, for this? Now, I will be buying the Switch Pro if you bring out some new Joy-Cons. Are you going to redesign them? They need to be done. They need to be redesigned, because let me tell you, these Joy-Cons just aren't cutting it anymore. Yeah, 4 years ago they were great, brand new technology, HD Rumble, ooh, it was amazing. But 4 years later, we're in Drift City, bloody Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. Your controllers aren't really a nice experience anymore, to be honest. I would love it if Nintendo revised the Joy-Cons, because currently I feel like they do need an update. A beefier Joy-Con wouldn't go amiss. I mean, after touching the PlayStation 5, Bill, I didn't even tell you I touched the PlayStation 5 pad. Oh my gosh, stop the story. Stop the story right now. PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. This is what Nintendo needs to be doing. Nintendo, you need to be taking pointers off Sony, because I tell you what, this pad is absolutely bloody fantastic. It's genius. Oh my god. Let me tell you a little story. From way back in 1996, when little old JonaFun held the N64 controller for the first time ever in his life, he was amazed. I was amazed. Head gone. We've been using NES, SNES, Mega Drive controllers for all these years, and then along comes this stick in the middle. Like, what is this? Fun. This analog stick. Yeah, we've had joysticks before. Joysticks were awful anyway. This was a new way to play. This was innovation at its finest. This was precision control. Do you know what I mean? 3D gaming, Nintendo just changed the world. This pad was revolutionary. You plugged in a rumble pack and it would rumble away. You didn't even know what was going on. The first time I felt rumble on an N64 pad, my head blew off, mate.
64も振動パックでそりゃもうしびれちゃうしかもしびれるプライス6800円しびれる
It transformed games. It just added another element that no other console had. This was an experience for me, and it's one of gaming's greatest innovations, despite what people say. And we know the Trident look isn't amazing, but it's contributed a lot to the gaming landscape over the years. The reason why I'm saying this is because this feeling I felt in 1996, I've just experienced again the other day in 2021, holding this DualSense controller. Oh my days! After I touched the DualSense controller, all these other pads just feel dead in my hand. When I came home and touched these Joy-Cons, dead, mate. What is this? It's flat. No. DualSense, oh my god, those adaptive triggers are a game changer, mate. Adaptive triggers need to be on every single console going forward. Nintendo, adaptive triggers on the Joy-Cons, please. The tension that you feel when you push. Look, you don't even get any room to do anything on it. It's just flat. On the PlayStation, you can. The feedback that you get from the triggers on the PlayStation 5 controller is amazing. When you shoot an arrow and you can't push the shoulder button down and then it clicks, and it's amazing. It's like magic. The PlayStation pad is magic. The sound that emit from it, the HD rumble, even the HD rumble is better than this. This is so outdated now. This needs updating. It's flat. The HD rumble in the DualSense controller is just absolutely beautiful. I was playing the Astrobot and the character walks over a metal grate and I can feel the metal in my hand. How's that even it's insane. I can hear the metal surface coming through the speaker. You don't understand. Nintendo need to copy this. This technology needs to be in the bloody Switch Pro. We need Switch Pro Joy-Cons. I'll tell you that for free. After all these years of Sony copying Nintendo, always stealing the innovations and just refining them and technically doing it better, the time is now, Nintendo. You need to be copying Sony. And you're not gonna revise it and make it better because you're Nintendo. Can you just copy this pad, please? Don't take anything away from it. Just copy the pad and its features, put it on the Switch Pro. There'll be no problems. So yeah, Nintendo been tricking us for time now. All the Switch Pros coming, all the Switch Pros come. Well, Nintendo's never said the Switch Pros coming. These people that are blabbing out on Bloomberg and bloody CNN, man. So is the Switch Pro really coming out in 2021? I mean, I don't know. Doug Bowser has already gone on record to say that Nintendo weren't really looking to release the Switch Pro model this year. They could be lying. They've done this before. Way back when Nintendo said they weren't going to release any upgrades to the DS, and then lo and behold, what was it? 2 weeks later, a week later, they brought out the DS Lite. Lies. Absolute lies. I mean, what company wants to cannibalize their sales by announcing that they're going to bring a new model? You're going to keep that a secret for as long as possible. If you're still selling Switch consoles by the bucket loads, you're already selling 20 million units a year. So if Nintendo were to release a Switch Pro, it would just mash up their current trajectory. It makes no sense. Nintendo can still make enough money from selling their Mario Limited Anniversary console. They've got their Monster Hunter Limited Edition console. They have the Fortnite console. They have the Animal Crossing console. We don't even know what they're going to do for Zelda. So there's money to be made. Why would they bring out a Switch Pro? It doesn't really make financial sense. So I'm kind of confused as to whether this report is real or not. I'm not sure. But when's it coming? When's it coming? Really and truly? I mean, these rumours are very specific. 7-inch Samsung OLED screen. I mean, that's too accurate for me. So maybe it is coming this year, but Nintendo are selling so many units at the moment, it kind of doesn't make any sense. Nintendo seeks to sustain a Switch lineup that continues to sell well against the Xbox and PlayStation, thanks to pandemic era hits like Animal Crossing and a chip crunch that's plagued supply of rival devices, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series One X. Xbox Series X? Xbox One Series X? I forgot what that console's called. I mean, did anyone buy an Xbox? Does anyone have a Series X? I can understand them wanting to launch it for Christmas, get a bit more momentum, but that would lead me to believe that you don't have any major games then. I mean, if you have big games launching this holiday season, you wouldn't really need a hardware revision to give you a boost. I kind of expected the Switch Pro to launch next March, but I don't know. Did Corona not affect anything? Bloody hell. And that's all we have time for this week. We hope you've enjoyed our show today and we will see you next week. That's all. Haha. I don't know what your bloody problem is, Bill. Oh my god, the news is going to get done today, but March 31st is looming and they're going to take Super Mario offline and I need to play it. I've not even got number 1 yet. Bloody hell, the news can wait.